this video, I'm going to discuss the fast fashion model and how it operates and talk about its harmful effects on consumer perception, garment workers, as well as the environment, and what you can do to help mitigate those harmful effects. So let's get started. Fast fashion is a business model that offers the perception of fashionable, trendy clothing at an extremely affordable price. It requires a highly responsive supply chain to support a frequently changing product assortment. So if you've ever been into Forever 21, it's barely ever the same twice. The cheap prices and immediate satisfaction of large retailers like H&M, Zara, and Forever 21 really have a stronghold over most people's shopping habits, despite the rise of many independent designers and online direct-to-consumer shopping brands. These XXXL retailers with ridiculously low prices come at a cost. Their super speedy supply chains rely on outsourced, underpaid labor, often from factories overseas. The process comes with environmental damage and a lot of intensive resources. So the fast pace at which clothes are manufactured, worn, and discarded from the fast fashion model results in clothing being perceived as disposable rather than long-lasting keepsakes. So consumer perception has really shifted to expect a new stream of items constantly. In fact, retailer like Fashion Nova, for example, they launch 600 to 900 new styles every week. And the rapid rate at which new collections are released feeds into a shopper's desire to buy more and more and more, as well as the rise of social media and influencers that desire to avoid, outfit repetition at a very low cost. Now, we usually don't hear of the harmful effects on garment workers until we hear a news story about, some factory collapsing overseas or catching on fire. For instance, the New York Times published a report on Fashion Nova revealing factories producing their merchandise were under investigation by the U.S. Labor Department for underpaying their workers and owing them millions of dollars in wages. And although consumers are being increasingly driven to purchase more mindful and sustainable products, fast fashion is still present. And in my opinion, we can't rely on retailers to change. Actual change will happen when consumers decide what is more important: cheap, disposable fashion or higher quality, long-lasting, sustainably sourced, and ethically produced manufactured garments. So let me give you an example. In the 1950s, if a woman wanted to purchase a dress, she would spend $9 or $72 or so today to order an item from a Sears catalog. Today, a shopper can walk into a mall, into an H&M, and buy a dress for $12. The cost of material, labor, and supply chain logistics required for production is so cheap and also not likely to last. We can attribute this cheap, fast production to artificial intelligence and the quick relay and feedback of information. Fast fashion retailers often rely on middlemen factories produce clothes, which allows them to sort of distance themselves from wrongdoing. Companies can manage to avoid claims thanks to a state law that places the burden on middleman companies. Now, we can see consumers are changing attitudes towards sustainability and transparency in fashion. But 60% of shoppers surveyed by Nielsen claimed they are willing to pay extra for products and services for companies with social or environmental commitments. But it does appear that there is a gap between what shoppers say they will do versus what they will actually purchase. And I think part of this is maybe because they don't know what's behind the brand. They just see the price and they're not educated in what is going on behind the scenes. So what can you do? Consumer opinions are what will put pressure on big retailers to change their ways. The fashion industry today has conditioned consumers to keep buying. Now, the simplest thing you can do is to just stop buying this clothing from fast fashion retailers. It's not enough to have a mission statement that they're going to change their ways. We need to actually see them, slow down production and maybe manufacture in a sustainable and ethical way. And once you realize the impact of cheap fashion on people's lives and behaviors, I believe the people themselves and the consumers can translate that knowledge into their shopping habits. Although smaller brands, myself included, may have higher prices, you can rest assured that you are making an impact when you know the clothing was produced ethically and sourced sustainably and will last for a longer amount of time. And I've talked about this before in previous YouTube videos, but making clothes to order or doing small-scale production and upcycling old materials using dead stock fabrics, sort of like what I do at my own brand, which there'll be a link in the description for you guys to check it out if you haven't already. But those types of things really offer respect to garment workers and decreasing waste and respecting the environment. Ultimately, my mission is to utilize a love for style and fashion and design to benefit society at large while serving as an example of success that will shape the future of society. And I created my brand to fulfill my desire to balance business, creativity, style, and goodwill, whether it's towards the workers or the environment, within a fashion brand through a passion for the process and a passion for small-scale production and made-to-order, and truly an appreciation for the customer. And my goal is to educate consumers to help change the fashion industry, and that truly starts with the customer. Comment below if you'd like me to do more videos on fast fashion and slow fashion. Subscribe to my channel and click the bell to get notified when I upload new videos every Friday. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.